Capricorn, thank you for joining me. My name is Gregory Scott and this is your astrology prediction for 2015. Now I'm going to go through each month of the year and give you an idea of what you're going to be influenced by and what you'll be working with. And you start 2015 with a huge sense of self-certainty, a huge sense of drive, ambition. You're going to be very clear in who you are and what you're doing in this life, in this world. So I really feel like you can trust that and you can really go with what it is you want to achieve. I do see that this is going to be linked with what you can do on this planet, and I think the major challenge for you in realizing this is communication and getting your point across. So if there's a way that you can work solo, or if you can implement your ideas without having to explain it to a whole load of people, then that's going to be the best option for you, because you're absolutely clear on what you're trying to achieve. But the difficulty comes in when transmitting that to others. Now February is going to lift that. Communication will become easier in February, and I see that financially you're going to have a really good month then. Career is really harmonious and is going really well. Your daily routine completely suits you. You're showing up for work, you're making a good impression, you're there all the time, you're doing what's required. People like you, people see what you're doing, people are pleased with you, and as a result you have a lot of success. Your bosses say this person needs more money because they do such a good job, but really February is a wonderful time to show your talents to the powers that be if you're employed. Okay? In March, the communication problems kind of crop up again in terms of expressing yourself in relationships. And this is starting to be a theme of 2015, that you started the year with a real sense of self, and you were very clear on that, but you couldn't communicate it. Now, the lack of communication has almost worked to making you unsure of who you are as a person, and that comes across in relationships. And what that means is that faulty beliefs can grow. You can start to think incorrectly about yourself, so it's really important to kind of keep a check on that and to not kind of just believe the things other people are telling you, and not to take responsibility for everything that happens in a relationship. You know, there's two people involved. If things aren't going very well, it's important not to take all the blame yourself. May, again, fantastic for you in terms of work. This is also a much better month for you in terms of romance and in terms of finding a partner. If you're already in a relationship, I see things heating up and really getting more solid and stable. So the kind of problems of April are now overcome and you kind of settle back into a really solid foundation. If you are single, you can actually bring someone into your life in a practical way. So that's the main gift here of May, but I also see a re-emergence of your sense of self. So this is kind of a year of identity already for you. Who am I? Who am I in conjunction with other people? Am I right? Am I wrong? What am I doing? Do I want another person here or do I not? So ask yourself those questions. It's really important. Okay. In June 2015, your daily routine changes in some significant way. You either have to communicate differently, you have to find a new way of expressing yourself, but something comes to a head, something isn't working and a change has to be made. And that has to be made spiritually, how you think about yourself and your place in the world, and also how sensitive you are in terms of your relationships. This is like the point when the trains go into the train station and someone's put one of the tracks on the wrong setting and things crash, and they have to reevaluate what's going on. Why did this happen? But things come to a head and you really have to make some changes within yourself, because I really feel and see that you love the other people in your life right now, but there's something within you in June 2015 that's just taking you down the wrong road. It could be that you know, you fall in with a wrong crowd and they teach you to communicate in a way that's not real to who you are, and that you adopt a different accent, or you try to be cool, or you try to fit in with a crowd that really has nothing to do with you. So your head's a little bit in the wrong place and you're going down the wrong track. So really bring that back, and don't worry so much about other people and your place within those groups, but really have a think about who you are as a person and what you want to do in this year. Okay, by the time July comes around, I see other people exerting a huge amount of pressure on you. So this is like an intervention or something. This is like you've done the wrong thing, you've gone down the wrong track, and people are trying to claw this back and bring you back to reality in some way. So this is really you being rescued in many ways. Don't rely on that, but try not to get there, and try and have a real game plan of who you are and where you want to get to. And that can be resolved in August. Still struggling to communicate. Your family are, I think, not very supportive and reliable to you at the moment. Friends are very reliable to you in August. So these are the friends you've known for a long time. These are the people who've been in your life for many, many years, who you know have your best interests at heart. And now August is a time when you're really able to focus on the role other people play in your life, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And the pressure that other people exert on you is still there. That's interesting, isn't it? So, you know, this could go either way. So if someone is in their right mind but joins a cult and wants to leave, then the cult people are going to exert a lot of pressure onto that person to stay. However, if someone starts taking drugs and completely goes off the rails, the family that that person grew up in is going to see that and say, no, we want our person, you know, our son, our daughter, our child, whatever, to be the way they were, and we'll try and bring that back, and we'll bring you back into the fold. It could be that you get into something new, like a new hobby that's completely destructive in your life, and that people will turn around and say, let's bring him back here, this is mental, you know, this is crazy. I don't see that what you get into this year is particularly constructive, and I would like you to focus on what other people are saying. Now, I'm a big proponent of being yourself and living your truth, but sometimes we can get things wrong. You know, sometimes we can go down a road that isn't really particularly conducive to our growth, and I really see that you make a slight error this year in 2015. And Capricorn, you're so level-headed anyway that I think you're going to have a year where it's like, that doesn't serve you. And your Capricorn kind of sobriety, soberness, and frame of mind isn't something that you can rely on so much. So welcome to the rest of us who make mistakes, you know? Okay, September sees you really calming down, and I think bringing things back to normal, doing the inner work and really exploring your different options. And I also see you getting some of the starting to excel at work again. Communication and family issues still abound. Those are not reliable sources for you, but your work kind of comes back and saves you. It's almost like you've overcome this crisis now in the first couple of months here, and work is like a refuge that you can go back to and realize. Continues to improve in October, and for the last 3 months, October, November, December, there's a lot of activity in your 12th house, and 12th house is spirituality. And the reason for all of this kind of turmoil within you could be for you to find a real spirituality in your life that is there for good. You know, a lot of people who are atheists, they say, well, you know, I'd like to have faith because people find a lot of strength in that, but I just can't believe it, you know? And then they have some crisis in their life that really brings them to their knees, and they have to reevaluate their whole life. And it's when they have that desperation, and when they have that situation where they're between a rock and nothing, it's just all done, that they tap into a place within themselves that lets that spiritual seed grow, and that they discover a kind of faith within themselves. And this is really what I'm talking about with your horoscope for 2015, that you kind of go down a road that doesn't serve you in any way, and you completely reevaluate your life, and you become a much more spiritually oriented kind of person. And once you make that shift, once you get to this kind of crisis point, once you discover that new life, then you never go back and you never lose that. So this is a kind of pivotal, life-changing year for Capricorns, and things will never be the same again. So I hope that doesn't scare you in any way. Just please keep an eye on what you're doing, you know. And if you hear the word cult, or if you hear the word drugs, or if you hear the word you know, I'm going to be a porn star or whatever and keep it secret from everyone I love, those are the red flags to kind of look at and kind of not go into denial about. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can send me an email. The address is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk, and if you subscribe to the channel, you will be notified of new videos being released, and you'll keep up to date with me. So please do that, and you can also join me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/GregoryScott444. I wish you all the best for 2015, and I will see you here on the channel for the daily tarot readings and for the monthly astrology and all the other videos I do. All the best!